Okay, folks, we're back with the fourth quarter here at Margarita Republic in the lovely Spanish Spring section of the Villages with the fourth quarter of Shots from the Bench. Bob and I have both been warned that our time management skills aren't the best either, so we're going to have to keep things in control this last quarter. But let's talk about sports movies, which everybody loves. And I'm going to, since I've got the bully pulpit here, I'm going to start with my favorite, and we'll just go around the room a little bit. But one that I've watched, I don't know if anybody has even thought about this one, but my favorite sports movie is called Bang the Drum Slowly. Robert De Niro's a catcher. If you want to, I wouldn't say the sports scenes are the best because I'm not De Niro ever caught before, but at least, okay, well, somebody else agrees with me, but I think in terms of, I was going to say he was still a young kid back then, but I just thought that movie really has impacted me. I mean, I really, really enjoyed that as one of my favorites. How about you, partner? What's your favorite? If you had you have a list or so?
I have 3 favorite movies.
You're going to wait till my partner's done, and then we're going to hear everything you got.
We're going to get to the crowd here in a second. Well, I've got a few favorites. One of my favorites is The Natural.
Oh, I love The Natural. The Natural's a great movie.
Robert Redford.
Love that movie.
I love
that movie.
I love he played Carl Hobbs.
Yeah, Roy Hobbs.
Roy Hobbs. Right?
Roy Hobbs. Yeah.
Carl Hobbs. And Roy Hobbs. I love that movie. The way he had to fight against the front management.
Oh yeah, it was great. You got good. I like the guys on the
Yeah.
baseball team. I love
Absolutely.
the manager. That guy, Wilford Brimley was his manager, and the other guy was.
Yeah,
Thought they were great.
Yeah.
I love that.
1984, that movie came out.
Is that when that was?
Yep.
All right. Well,
Of course, another one I like is I like funny movies. I like Caddy Shack. I like
Caddy Shack, too.
Shack.
I don't know if those guys are great golfers,
those
but
gophers. I'm gonna get them gophers.
I hate to admit it, but every time that's on, I got to watch that for 10 or 15 minutes.
What's the comedian's name in that?
Bill Murray.
Pardon?
Rodney Dangerfield. Yeah, sure.
I love him and what's Ted
Knight.
Ted Knight, how he gets them all upset. That's a great movie. Another funny one I love is The Waterboy.
Oh, okay. That I haven't seen that one for a while, but Bobby Boucher. I remember.
Bobby Boucher.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
Vicky Valancourt. Tell you, I like that combo right there. Those two there. But I just love that movie. It's not a sports movie, but one movie I had some good, cool sports scenes was what's his name? Oh God. Yeah, I'll get back to it.
That's okay. I'll tell you what. Well, let's go out. We're going to go out to we got a guy with we'll be back. Let's hear the 3 you got. Let's hear it.
Mr. Inside and Mr. Outside.
Mr. Inside, Mr. Outside.
Davis.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Richard.
Yeah.
That was good. Brian's Song.
Brian's Song
what year was that?
That's a tearjerker like I've never seen. I'm going to say that's like 70 or 69, isn't it? Because Piccolo played for the Bears in the mid 60s. So yeah, I think
I love you, Brian Piccolo.
I love you, Gail Sayers.
That's a Gail Sayers. That's great. That's
My favorite all-time movie because it's true, and if you look it up in history, everything in the movie is true. Jim Thorpe,
All American. Now there you go. Now there's one. We're going back for that one, but that's.
There's a movie that was made twice, or that I can think of, and Angels in the Outfield.
Angels in the Outfield is a great movie.
That was made back in the 40s, I think,
anybody
or 50s,
sees, I think
40s.
it was the late 40s,
But then the new one came out in the 80s, and that was very good as well.
Paul Douglas was in Angels in the Outfield. Oh, Fear Strikes Out. There's another. Bernie's right. Fear Strikes Out. You watched that. I didn't even realize I was a Jimmy Pearsall fan. I had no idea he had some personal issues. Holy mackerel. Happens every spring. You get your see. That's a great. That's where he's the inventor that comes up with that stuff. Yeah,
Paul Douglas was a catcher.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's a great. That's right.
Field of Dreams was also a very good movie.
Field of Dreams. And how about Rocky? I thought everybody would be big Rocky fan.
Rudy.
I got to be honest. I was okay with Rudy the first couple times I saw it. Now I'm not kind of Rudied out.
What about this one? Probably the best fantasy movie of all time was
Blindside was very good.
The Longest Yard. Now they remade that one. You talking about the original?
But that, yes, not the one with the goofy guy who played Caddy Shack.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Burton Reynolds, the big guy that had the teeth, Jaws.
Richard Carroll. You know what? That is a great. That's
Longest Yard.
Longest Yard. That's right. And who knew? If there's any New York Giant fans out there, football fans, one of the actors that had a big role in that movie was Ernie Wheelwright, who was an old running back for the New York Giants.
How about Remember the
played a line-
Titans?
Remember the Titans is great.
was one of my favorites.
I heard somebody say We Are Marshall or Blindside. They're all fantastic movies.
But I wonder if they know what year these movies came out.
Well, I don't know. Help us out. When was?
Between 1940 and 2015, because
I want to hear. Well, when was Jim Thorpe out? Is that they did around
that might have been in
48? Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I thought that's when that
one
came.
of the greatest movies, with the coach, the legendary coach who was at, was Orlando with Amos Alonso.
Amos Alonso.
Pop Warner.
Oh, Pop Warner,
was
yeah.
Carlisle's Indian School. He was the coach.
League of Their Own.
League of Their Own.
That's really good.
I really like A League
like
of Their
that
Own.
movie. With
Pride of the Yankees.
You know what? Pride of the
Pride of the
Yankees.
Yankees.
You know what? One and these now we're naming great ones. The one I thought was really interesting because I didn't remember much about it was remember I wasn't around for it was 8 Man Out, talking about the Black Sox scandal of 1919. I thought that was really an interesting movie. I didn't know much about.
Geraldo, Ray, what was his name? He played.
Ray Liotta.
Yeah, he played.
Shoeless Joe.
Joe Jackson.
Well, but he played Shoeless Joe in Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams when he came out of the.
Yeah. That's pretty. That's a lot of stinking good movies that everybody named.
How about How about Raging Bull?
Here's one. Remember the one about the Olympics, the British runner?
Chariots of Fire.
Chariots of Fire.
Chariots
Very
of
good.
Fire is very good.
movie.
But there's one good movie. I like that.
How about The Invincible?
The Invincible. We had Remember the
Mark
Titans. We had
Wahlberg.
Blindside. I'll tell you what. We're gonna have to do our homework. We're gonna have to readdress this issue.
But I
at
know
some
what
other
years these movies were done, and you don't.
Well, I tell you, we're going to save that. I want to throw a little trivia out before we wrap the thing up. Let's talk about most strikeouts by I like futility records, and let's talk about what modern major league player has struck out the most time consecutively, and it was in a 2-game series.
What years are we talking about?
We're talking about, I think, 1987.
Oh, that's
And
the year
the
it was?
the tip is he was a Cincinnati Red.
87.
Now don't get too far back.
No.
This I'll tell you what. I'll tell you who this is because I like whose record did he break? It was Eric Davis. I don't know if you remember Eric Davis.
Oh, yeah.
Eric Davis could launch a baseball when he hit it, but he just. Yes, that's exactly right. But here's the big trick. Whose record did he break? He struck out 9 times in a row. This guy struck out 8, and he was a center fielder that played for the Cubs and the Phillies. And this is from the mid-'70s. Let's see if we. No, you're close. Nope, I'm going to tell you his first name. His first name is Adolfo. Adolfo Phillips. Struck out 8 times in a row. You gotta love that.
That's how forgettable he was.
And while we're on the strikeout, how about the toughest guys in the history of baseball to strike out in the American League per numbers with at least 1,000 at bats? Who is the toughest to strike out? It isn't Joe DiMaggio. Nope. His name is Joe, and he played in the American League. And he's not. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. He's the toughest to strike out of all the players in the American League in the last 100 years based on at least 1,000 at bats. Nope, this guy, nobody seems to know this one. I'll throw it out. This is Joe Sewell. Anybody remember Joe Sewell? Probably not.
Not really.
That's Rip. That's exactly right. And now, and speaking of brothers, the toughest to strike out in the National League. You got to go back to the late 20s for this one. But this is, and this guy had a brother also who was a pretty good baseball player. No, National League. National League. Toughest in the history of the National League to strike out. And okay, I'm going to throw out a hint. Since I'm from Pittsburgh and my dad got to see this guy play. No, but you're close on the last name. This guy's got two brothers that made the Hall of Fame. This is one of them.
Oh, Vince DiMaggio.
No, this is the Pirates.
Oh, he played for
No, you're right. He did, but no, this is he had two brothers. There's two brothers that played in made the Hall of Fame from Pittsburgh. Played on the same baseball team. And this guy was called Little Poison. His brother was called Big Poison.
You're from Pittsburgh, Jerry.
It's Big Poison was Paul Wainer, and Little Poison, who was the toughest guy to strike out, what's his first name? See how good you are. Lloyd Wainer, the toughest guy to strike out in the National League. So, just wanted to see how everybody was doing. We expect, I'll tell you what, next time you guys come back here, we expect you to do a little stump the panel. You don't have to do it all. If you just ask us how to get to Brownwood, we're not going to know. We don't even know how to get to Brownwood from here. But, okay, so Bernie, you're telling me Michigan's the team to watch this week? we got Michigan.
I'm a Ohio State fan, and I'm scared to death. In 2 weeks, I'm not scared of Michigan State, but I'm scared. I played in that game up there in that round thing they call what they call.
Up in Ann Arbor.
Yes.
All right.
And it is a bear to play there. And I'll tell you what, with the coaching staff that they got at Michigan, the Buckeyes have a real problem.
Well, let's hope that that's going to mean a lot to them for the getting into the BCS. So I'll tell you what, we're out of time, but I want to thank everybody for coming again and participating. It's always great. Thank you for the sports movies; they were fantastic. And partner, that's going to wrap it up for me. You got anything else to say? Because
I do. I just want to say one thing.
What's that?
I guess Ronda Rousey was lousy.
Ronda Rousey was lousy. That's great. Ronda Rousey. She got tattooed. So, hey guys, we'll give it up for Ronda Rousey next week. But thanks so much for coming. See you guys. Ronda Rousey was lousy. I love it. I love it.
I had saved it for the
I love it. I totally forgot about it. Thank you very much, guys. Make it fun. You are great movies. I didn't think anybody's going to know but bang the drum slowly, and the guys down there beat me to the punch.
Some others that didn't mention Karate Kid.